That's going to be a conversation in New York for the next year at least, if not more,
Sure.
is how can we get stronger from this? And it's the New York way. We only get taken down once before we learn from our mistake. So thank you so much for coming in. I know you've got a busy night, and we're going to go up to Studio B, where Sam is up there, and they've got some more people to talk with, some more social media to interact with you on. So Sam, take it away.
Thank you, Caitlin. I have with me Marva Kalish, who is a marketing and public relations consultant from Northeast Queens. Thank you for being here. So first and foremost, how are you enjoying election night, or is it more nerves?
Well, tremendous anticipation, of course, that we've all built up over a tremendous amount of time. It seems a year and a half.
And the commercials have definitely helped.
Yeah, all right. And I'm not nervous. I'm very optimistic. My friends call me, a little Penelope Jones time.
Well, that's good. It's always good to use some optimism, especially when all we hear in the media is a little bit of gloom and doom. Exactly.
No.
Glad to have you here. And I was especially keen on mentioning that you're from Northeast Queens because you're very involved with your community, which I think is very important, because you mentioned something that it's very intuitive, but I don't think we think about it very often. As residents of Queens, we do live in an extremely diverse place.
Exactly.
And how diverse is your own community?
Well, in Northeast Queens, my part is Douglaston. It's not as ethnically diverse as other parts of Queens, but my background as a PTA president in 2 schools in the area, and also having worked for the Queens Chamber of Commerce, and also having worked for Mark Weprin when he was our assemblyman, I got throughout the borough of Queens and became very sensitive to the tremendous range of ethnic groups, languages, religions, and the needs of this population, who really are the backbone of Queens.
Right.
And it also made me much more sensitive to the kind of small business support that our government, that we have to instill to support their entrepreneurial efforts, because the vast majority of employment in the United States in general is from the entrepreneurial small business echelon, not mid-sized business, not corporate, not large. So benefit and training and outreach has to be guided and steered toward that entity, those small business entities. And because in Queens we have such a multitude of languages, we need to really find ways to communicate to them at a grassroots level. Otherwise, they fall between the cracks.
Definitely. What are some issues that you think pertain to these communities that need to be communicated to them so that they know of the opportunities that are available to them? What are some of these opportunities?
Well, there are a plethora of micro funding that's offered to that group, and they need to know about that, obviously. They need to know about health, for instance, in President Obama's Health Affordable Care Act.
Which is very important, not just nationally, but also for communities. It's not just on a national level.
Right. See, a lot of small business owners don't know that the Affordable Care Act does have a tax credit that's actually available to small businesses who have under 25 people, or preferably even under 10 people.
Right, and that's a lot of businesses.
It's larger credit if there's under 10 people, and it phases out and gets smaller and smaller up to under 25. But right, a lot of small businesses don't know this. A lot of accountants don't know it.
Right. So how do you go about giving this information to small businesses? How do you think they can be reached out to?
Well, I'm a little biased because I did work for the Queens Chamber of Commerce.
Meaning she's got the expert advice right here.
Right. I do believe that chambers of commerce are very instrumental in reaching these entrepreneurial and small business owners. And also it's important to let employees learn and know about what's available, because they can be a conduit of information back to the employers or the business owners. And it's very important for the local press everywhere to be involved with the chambers, to be involved with the civic associations. I think it's important for business entities and micromanagers to be able to deal with forums and town hall meetings where representatives from chambers from small business issues are present and can speak on these different matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's critical. I mean, you were mentioning to me that you've studied entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to pull all the universities in.
Definitely.
And colleges and the vocational schools.
And there are schools of continuing studies in a lot of these
Absolutely.
universities, and that's where a lot of people go to enrich their businesses.
Right.
So those people will definitely be part of the target market that you can reach out to tell them about, entrepreneurial
Absolutely.
opportunities. Mhm.
Absolutely. So it's a question of reaching out to all the entities that are the composite of how we live our lives. Cultural institutions that have space for seminars and workshops. The Queens Public Library is a fabulous
Oh, absolutely.
conduit
They're
for
always having
sessions.
cultural programs. They're always reaching out to immigrants and
Right.
people who would like to learn English for free. Great programs.
There's one, but they also make themselves available to these small business entrepreneurship help and
Right.
guidance, and even things like, obviously we all would do public relations the old-fashioned way. Well, now public relations and marketing is done, Facebook and LinkedIn and,
Right.
and Twitter, and so we can teach people how to use these electronic vehicles.
Definitely.
Of social media.
Definitely.
And
Well,
they need to know.
thank you so much for being
My
here.
We're talking back to Jack Brewer and as well as Bobby Kumar from the All-American Political Party. Jack, I believe that your foundation has done tremendous, especially where health is concerned. We were talking about Obama Healthcare earlier, and you have Friends of Good Health where Bobby Kumar chairs that, so you guys partner together. And you talked about going to 15 countries almost every year, and you're giving out soccer balls. It's all about a testament to peace and unity that you want to create as ambassadors of goodwill.
Yeah,